everybody, Old Crow here, coming to you in HD from Command Decisions Paintball in Taylorsville, North Carolina. Reporting for PB Live here at what is rapidly shaping up to be one of the biggest and best games on the East Coast, Fulda Gap. You're going to be riding with us today as we run with the Czech paratroopers and the Warsaw side of the Warsaw versus NATO explosion that is Fulda Gap.
For years, paintballers in the know have come from all over the country to play at Command Decisions War Game Center just north of Hickory, North Carolina. Everyone from famous pros to average Joes puts this one on their calendar and lets nothing stand in their way in order to get here to sling some paint.
42nd Legion, you guys come from Virginia, right?
Yeah, Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay. What keeps you coming back, driving that far year after year?
It's the Super Bowl paintball games, brother. It's what we look for. It's what we train for every year. This is our Super Bowl.
Apparently, Fulda is the Super Bowl for a lot of people. The planning for this one heats up early on Command Decisions' webpage, and units fill up fast. The total registration this year was 1,118 players, up 200 from last year, so even in this time of recession and regression, Fulda just keeps on growing.
Alright, the Czech paratroopers just inserted here on Hamburger Hill, set up a huge perimeter around it. Right now we're sitting pretty, holding the whole thing. NATO forces are off at the top of the hill, pushing down this way. So our only mission at this point is to hold this ground.
Command Decisions is a dynamic field featuring bunkers, trenches, fire bases, and even this castle known as Fort Apache.
Right now I'm holding a forward bunker on the part of Command Decisions field known as Hamburger Hill. As you can see, these are some pretty amazing accommodations. There's my skylight. Got personal access. I've got almost 360-degree view, and right now I'm checking out things from this attractive little gun slit here. So far, today has been quite a bloodbath. By all estimations, NATO is suffering terribly. The Czech paratroopers have carried out every objective that they were given and continue to do so. So right now I'm holding this position. If we hold the top of this hill for another 7 minutes or so, then that's more points in our pocket. So here's hoping that goes down the way that we intended to.
One thing that you can always count on at Fulda Gap is the presence of plenty of armor. This year Fulda was host to 10 tanks, down from the previous year, but still impressive as you watch these behemoths power their way across the field. Lots of armor, however, means lots of anti-armor. Here's just a couple of ways that players brought with them to deal a little death to the armored beasties on the other side. 17 vendors set up shop at Fulda this year, way up from 2010. Such names as Tipman, Deadbox, and Sport Smoke were there, along with scenario powerhouse Valken, for whom Fulda has become their flagship event of the season. The score this year was not even close, with Warsaw winning by a wide margin, but the score was no indication of the fun that was had. One more Fulda is in the books, and now 1,000 more people are getting ready for next year's Super Bowl of paintball.
Well, it's done. But I don't get it. Why isn't it jumping out at you? Isn't it supposed to be jumping out?
What do you mean?
Well, it's HD. I mean, this stuff's supposed to be like coming at your face and everything, like an HD movie.
That's 3D, Dad.
Well, then what's HD?
High definition.
Oh.